What's up, YouTube? We're here with Tabman. Just beat me, round 11, so I hate him. But he top 32'd with Gravekeepers. How the fuck do you do that? I don't know. Anyways, let's get started with the deck profile. Unless you want to say anything, of course.
No, I'll basically start off with the list. I'll get into some explanation, some specifics about it. But for now, I'll just give you the list. I could go through it pretty quickly because most of it's generic. There are some tech things that you guys should think about. But for now, here's the deck list. Obviously, 3 Spy,
Okay.
3 Commandant, 3 Recruiter, and then here's something not a lot of people are playing, 2 Guard. It's actually really versatile and it's a great card. It helps win a lot of matches. Obviously, Dino Rabbit, and then Dino Rabbit, windups. It's an XYZ format more or less. Like, people always go for XYZ synchros. It's the not synchros, but mostly XYZs. Guard helps a lot. It's very versatile. It's another 2400 defender, and then you can always exceed with it if you want to. But it's a great card to have. It's no point putting it in the side. Putting it in the main is actually really helpful. Only 2 Descendants. No reason to have a third. And then 1 Assailant. A lot of people are not playing Assailant. Assailant is just another option. It's good to have versatility in a deck, and while you don't always want to draw it, that's true, it's something you will need to be able to search for via Recruiter, Spy, Stealth, such as etc. For example, if you only have 1 monster, if you have no monsters on the field and they have a Leviathan, it's a very good answer to have Assailant, just things like that. Or if they have Zenmains on the field and you can't like pop it 2 or 3 times, you can just go Assailant and attack it with 3 monsters. It's really easy to answer things with Assailant. And then Sangan, it's another floater. It gets Gravekeeper Spy and then turns your Stolen Live, so it's a really good card. I believe that's.
Why did you choose not to run Tour Guide but Sangan? Just wondering.
I knew I already get hit by Valor, but the fact that people are more playing Valors, and I am playing Compulse, that's my out to Valor if they do keep him in. But there's no reason to, like, if a lot of people don't keep in Valors, so there really was no reason. Plus, I need to have my normal summon. It does kind of clog it.
Do you think you'd run Sangan again, or?
Yeah, I would definitely run Sangan. I still don't think I'd run Tour Guides. Now onto the spells. This is all staples, really. 3 Necro, 3 Duality, 2 Tribute, 2 Stealth, Book, Dark Hole. No explanations needed there. Onto the traps. We have Mirror Force, 2 Bottomless, 2 Warnings, 2 Torrential, Solemn, and then something a lot of people didn't see coming is 2 Compulse. One of the best cards of the deck. It's really great, extremely versatile. Like as I said before, it's an XYZ format. It hurts them, and on top of that, you can actually use it offensively as well. Like a lot of times in my matches, they go Dark Hole, they go Torrential, anything. I'll use it on my Spy most of the time. I can reset Rykos, I can reset Guard, and then more often than not, I'll flip Spy. They can Chain or Valor. I'll Compulse them on Spy, get the effect off, reset Spy. It's a really great card, and it helps answer Zenmains, which is a big problem for the deck, more or less. You run a lot of answers, but that's just another one.
What's the total? Oh, you're not done.
Oh, no. 3 Chains. I'm not too sure how I felt about this. It's not a terrible card by far, but the only reason I played it was because Inzectors. I ended up only playing 1 Inzectors, actually, and it helped me win that match, round 11.
Who was that?
Paul Clark over here.
Serious Streetborn Pro. Here's my question. If you didn't want to play that, what would you have played in this place?
I was running 42, so I'd probably just cut 2 of them and then run something else.
Deep Prison. How about Deep Prison?
Maybe.
You weren't running Deep Prison?
Yeah,
I was playing around that the whole game.
It's in the side.
Oh, okay.
I opted to play Bottomlesses over it because of Dragons, Dark World Heroes.
Well, I'm just saying you could play Deep Prison instead of like that.
Right, yeah, so I could do that, but I mean, Inzectors is a deck, it exists, which is why you really have to put these in the main, otherwise you will lose to Inzectors. Because you Fiendish Chain their Inzector, Hornet goes to grave, Necro's on the field, you win the game. That's basically how it works.
Oh, would you run Vet Baylor ever in that deck? Ever?
Baylor?
Yeah.
I was playing Baylor originally, but I decided it was unneeded, especially because Tributes. I wasn't playing Tributes initially, just because it gets inconsistent more or less, and throughout the day I actually attributed almost no one. I attributed Paul over here for 1 Hornet. And
that's good though, if you have Necrovellia.
I mean, yeah, but good. I was just saying, like, I mean, obviously you do need to play Tributes, but it does conflict with Tribute. It's not a terrible card, but I'd rather play more traps, if anything. And then, also because I have 2 Starlights, I can protect the traps. Starlight's an amazing card. Gravekeeper's already wins off advantage and just controlling the game, and then you're only scared of one thing, which is Heavy Storm. So even if you have this sitting dead the entire duel, if they don't have Heavy or something, you'll more likely often than not win the game anyway just because you control it. And then if it does go off, then you basically auto-win. It is extremely hard to get over Gravekeepers who have like a Compulse, Bottomless, Necro, then a Stardust, and a Spy. There's almost no way around it. Starlight's a great card. Maybe even play 3, probably not, but definitely 2.
So you said 2, right?
Yeah, 2 Starlights.
I mean 42, my bad. 42 total.
42. Should be 40, but there's really nothing I could cut. And then for the side deck, we have the spells. It's just 3 MST and a heavy. No one sees heavy coming actually, but more often than not, you'll have another Necro in hand. It doesn't hurt that much at all. Everyone will always set everything they have versus you because they don't see heavy coming as well. So also mid-game to late game, if we're sitting like a Stall War, they have a Shadow Imprison or a Macro up, I have 2 or 3 back row and a Necro, I can go heavy, even out, clear everything with one of their answers, go another Necro, set more back rows, and I'm in control again. It helps a lot. And obviously the 3 Mystical Space Typhoons for the macros and Shadow Imprisons, whichever one sides. One goes in, I needed something for windups. It ended up being my only loss was in Swiss was 2 windups. If I could change something, it would definitely be to put 2 more of those. 2 Light Imprisonings. Dragon was a very relevant deck in this jump, or YCS.
Does that do much to dragons though?
Yeah, people don't realize this, but the deck is
Raikou and Lila?
Yeah, Raikou, Lila, Eclipse, and Pulsar.
What's that?
I spit.
Oh.
So the entire deck is actually light-based. People think it's dark. It's not at all. Red Eyes helps get the loot back, but Light Imprisoning shuts the deck down. If you have Light Imprisoning and Necro Valley, I can promise you dragons are not winning that game because Lila and Raikou is how they pop the Necro.
Yeah.
So with this, you're just set. 2 Deep Prisons, I didn't have enough room in the main, but definitely good versus Heroes, Dark World, and Dragons. Pretty self-explanatory. And something I bet almost no one saw coming was 3 Macro. And the reason behind this is because, yes, it does hurt your deck, but the decks you side it in for, which is Insectors, Dark World, and Dragons, it completely shuts them down. So while it hinders you, it destroys them. So if they can't answer it, you're going to win the game pretty much no matter what. I sided in once versus, again, Paul in his Insectors, and it makes me think twice about this because, like, it was hard to get my engine rolling, but I still feel it's probably the best call simply because there's really nothing else better to play. It just completely shuts them down. For the monsters, just 2 Raikou and a Snowman. Raikous are for, again, the Shadow Imprisonings and the Macros, which are especially good, actually. Raikou's opposed to MST. With MST, you have to wait till they use it, or, like, you never want to blind, obviously, because the MSTs are for specific cards. But with Raikou, what you can do is you just set it, obviously. They attack, and before they go to damage step, they're going to flip the Macro or the Shadow, because they have to if it's a Spy or a Guard. So they show you where it is, and then you Raikou it. It's really good. So you side those in versus Heroes. It makes Shining miss the timing. That's really good.
Dragons?
Then, yeah. Dragons sometimes.
Makes Pulsar miss the timing.
Yeah, it makes Pulsar. That's true. I'm not sure if I would, just 'cause it's kind of slow, but it's definitely good. And then versus Heroes, or I already said Heroes.
Yep.
What was the deck? Dino Rabbit. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's it for the side. Onto the extra. There's actually a lot of room. You can play pretty much whatever you want. But I mean, here's the things you do need. That guy, the Book of Moon, he's pretty good. A Roach, just an option. This guy's really good. Wind Up Zenmeister. Actually,
the Fiendish Chain.
Yeah, that too. And also the fact it's helps you make really great plays with Spy.
Oh yeah.
Go flip Spy.
Oh yeah.
Get anything, stack it, or summon another level 4, and you have Starlight. So if you're scared of Torrential, stack it. Go for this guy, and then Spy flips back up. You get Recruiter. I get bet 8 or 9 times out of 10 they won't kill this or the Spy because you're playing a bunch of back rows, so you can do it again next turn, and you just net a lot of advantage. I decided to play 2 because I had so much freaking room. That guy because I had so much freaking room. Giga Brilliant, Acid, Leviathan, Zen Mains, Leviar, just things you want to have just in case. And then Utopia Ray, I won 1 game with this guy even though I really didn't need it. It's a good card option to have. And then 2 Stardusts, really needed. And then Utopia, and then the most important card was probably Shining. You lay that face up and they'll attack your face downs all day if you don't turn 1 Necro. So that's it for the deck. Some explanations with it. Being as a meta call, or how much time are we at?
It doesn't really matter.
We're good.
Alright, so meta call wise, I think it was a great meta call. As I said before, my only 2 losses were to windups, which I really disregarded the side for. I felt I had enough. Clearly I didn't. I probably would put in 2 more goes-ins. That should handle it by itself. Because like 1 game I did draw goes-in, it just completely wins the game. If they don't MST it, you win. Besides that, Dragons absolutely destroys. Necro, Bottomless, Deep Prison.
Tribute.
Yeah, Tribute. You keep in Tribute
Tribute.
in game 2 versus them.
They run 30 monsters.
Yeah, and then so that's amazing versus them. You can't lose to Dragons. Just can't. Impossible. It actually is a pretty good Insector matchup given the chains, which kind of nets you a slight negative effect on other matchups, but it is needed. Insectors, like, you can more often than not win. You have the macros, the Necro Valley shuts it down. As long as you get rid of the Hornet once and they don't kill your Necro Valley, you're in really good shape. Windups, it's a pretty good matchup. You just need to side more. Dino Rabbit, great matchup. I have so many sets. It's really hard for them to get around everything because I have the guards, I have the spies, and on top of that, when in game 2 and 3, when the side comes in, I have 2 Raikos and a Snowman. So they're almost never going Logia. If they go Logia, you can bet your ass it's going to get killed or bounce back by something. And then if they do go Dolka or something else, I have so many traps to get rid of it. So Dino Rabbit's a pretty easy matchup. It was a great meta call, as I said before. I think that's all the main decks. I played only one dragon all day, actually, Amanda LaPalme. She was playing Disaster Dragon, so I didn't Inside in the Light Imprisonments. And then, let's see, I played one Chaos. Deck auto wins versus Chaos, obviously. That's pretty much it for the comments on the deck. Shoutouts, get a shout out to my man, Dalton Slow Play Bausman, as some would call him. He gave me the entire deck. He's a really good friend of mine. He top 4'd Indy with Gravekeepers. Yeah, and he is banned. Unfortunately, I believe we should fight against this because he did not do anything wrong.
He pissed off one of my friends, that's all I'm going to say. I won't say anything else. I don't remember who it was. I really don't.
Yeah, people just don't like him in general.
Yeah.
I disagree. He's just a slow thinker, so people think he's a slow player, and he talks fast, so they misinterpret him. But he's a good guy. You should give him a chance. I love Bausman. He gave me the deck list. It's a great theory, so shout out to him. Gonna be repping him until people hate him, so I hope people stop hating him. Love him, guys. Let's see, other comments was, biggest comment, as I said before, it's a great deck, great meta call. The only thing it really loses to, I have to say, is itself. If I didn't suck, I probably would win this event, just a great deck. I mean, unfortunately, I do suck. That's why I lost my 2 windups, and that is why I lost in top 32.
And that's why you beat me?
Yeah. I've misplayed for game before, as in I've won because I misplayed. But I did not misplay for game versus Paul Clark over here. The clock just really helped in my favor. Beat him in time.
I'm pretty sure that's why you won, actually.
It was
I hate
strategic. You. I really outplayed him. Like,
yes.
I was trying to be modest, but I can't. He
yeah,
sucks.
you.
No, but it was a great match.
I fucked up that game, huh?
For top 32, really sucked. So game 1, I'm controlling the entire time, like dominating really. I have 2 spies, I have a stealth. I haven't even used the stealth to get back my 2 spies. And it's feature match, so you guys can see it all online, but it's probably easier to hear it from my perspective. So I'm controlling the entire game. Eventually he goes Gores. I'm popping everything with Descendant. So I pop the Gores, and then I summon Commandant and go Utopia. And then I have a warning set. He goes summon Sabersaurus. And I'm thinking, he's at 23. I just really want to attack for game.
Fuck it, YOLO.
Basically, saying I live YOLO to the fullest, and that's a bad way to live. Because GKs is a slow roll deck, and you should not be pushing for game in GKs. So that's what I did. So he summoned Sabersaurus. I read the Lance, I wanted to push for game, and I warninged it. I shouldn't have, I could have kept summoning Spy and easily won, and he ended up going for the new, and then next turn, after I warning Sabersaurus, top tour guide, I didn't have the warning, he went for the new level rank 3, detached the material off Utopia, pushed for a lot of damage, and I was fucked from there. Game 2 I won, read the feature match. Game 3, this was the worst. I feel very disappointed in myself. I'm sorry all the GK fans out there.
Then don't let them know. Shh.
I mean, they're gonna read it anyway, so I'll just let them know.
Alright.
Game 3, we're in sudden death. He has 2 back row and a Dolka. We're in sudden death, so any damage, game. I have a book and a Starlight. I go book the Dolka, flip Raikou, destroy it. So I could just attack Raikou for game, but I have a Starlight and monster in hand. So it never even occurred to me to summon the monster. I was just thinking attack with Raikou for game. He deprisoned, damn, so I didn't have game, should have summoned the monster. I didn't realize at that point, whatever. So next turn, or then I pitch Commandant, go Necro, set Descendant, safe, 2k defense. He goes set a monster pass, still has the same back row, so it's probably nothing. And I top guard, so I have a few options. I could, 1, attack, try to go for game, maybe it's a Snowman, or I could pop it, probably be a bad play, or I could safe play, which is set guard. I pick the worst play possible, which is just normal summon guard, summon and Descendant, and then even that, it's not a bad play. I can just attack with Descendant. Even if it's a Snowman, I'd still be in decent shape, but if it's anything else, I just straight up attack for game because I have the Starlight. But no, I decide to use Descendant's effect for some reason. I tribute guard, target the monster. He Veilers. I attack it, it's a Sangan, he searches Tour Guide and attacks me for game. And so that's basically it. I really fucked up, could have won the top 32. I mean, shout out to him, he's a really good player, Matt Bishop, I believe. But it's a great deck, great meta call. I'd still play it again, just think a lot more and change the side, tweaked a bit. The main's pretty solid. Other than that, that's about it.
Philly?
Yeah, I'm going to Philly, so expect me to see me there.
He's gonna be running Gravekeepers.
I'm not sure about that.
He will.
If you see
Expect
this,
Gravekeepers.
If you see this shining, then you probably know I'm playing Gravekeepers. So
He just gave you a tip.
All
I
right.
gave you a tip. I'm gonna be topping Philly, obviously, because once you get one top, next just kind of add on.
You would know. You know the pattern already.
I would not know the pattern. Other comment. I have bubbled 2 times before this.
I bubbled 2 in a row.
I did not. I bubbled Dallas with.
I think he's blaming you on that.
I'm blaming you.
He is blaming me. Well, become better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll try.
Dallas, I bubbled with Loop Ups, and then
Loop Ups.
Ohio, I bubbled actually with Fusion Gate Heroes. Really cool deck. I got a feature match with that at Indy as well. So I knew this was my time. I knew exactly what was going to happen. I was going to lose 2, guaranteed. I always do. I can't go undefeated. But this time I was playing consistent decks, so I knew I'd win on the bubble. I mean, it was unfortunate how it turned out, but I knew I'd win on the bubble. So I really hope I top more events. Hope you guys see me at events. Feel free to come. Yeah, this is my first top. Not my first event, obviously. So that's about it. Later,
All
guys.
right. Bye. Thanks for watching.